Hello, welcome to another video from me, Mr. Morrison. Today we're going to do some data logging, and this time we are going to log light, temperature and sound using our microbit. So I'm just going to show you where we measure light, temperature and sound on the microbit. So first of all, this LED screen actually has on the top row of these can also be used as a light sensor. So the top row of LEDs are where the light is measured. In a little corner up here, I have my microphone, and you can see now that I'm recording, it is flashing. So that's my microphone. And then on the back, where your processor is, so our processor is over here, built into the processor, there is a temperature sensor, so that's where it records temperature. And you saw to start the log, I pressed button A and it's flashing, it's doing its thing, and then to stop, I'm going to press button B. But let's get coding and I'll show you how to record some data after we've coded it. So to create our environment logger, we are going to need onStart, and we don't need forever. We then need to go into extensions and find data logger. So I'm going to click on this one. It'll take a second for things to load at the side. Then I would like to create a variable and make a variable called logging. And this is just to control whether logging is on or off. So when we switch it on, certain things will happen. So set logging to, and then go into logic and down at the bottom false. So to begin with, logging is false, and we'll show an icon, and that icon is going to be an X. Then I'm going to go into data logging, and I'm going to set columns to. So I'll set the column. First column is going to be temperature. Then I'm going to do light, and then I will do sound. Next, I'm going to go into on button A pressed, so in input on button A pressed, and I'm going to set logging to. So I'm going to go into my variables, and I'm going to set logging to, and this time in logic, I would like true. Oops. It might come up with an error until we put something in here, but we've got true, and it's jumping in, and then it'll be happy in a second. There we are. So once I've set it to true, I will give it a tick, show icon, give it a tick here, and then I can duplicate this. So right click, duplicate, and I'm going to change some things about. I'm going to have B, and I'm going to set it to false. So that means I switch it on A, switch it off on false, and give that an X. Next, I need the clear log. So I want on button A plus B, I want to be able to clear this log. So I'm going to show an icon. Let's make it a skull, so that's like it's gone. And then I'm going to go data logger, delete log, so that deletes the log, and then I want to reset what I've got up there, so set columns to light, temperature and sound. So the next bit is the logging part. So I want to log things at a certain time each. So the next part is the logging part. So I want things to happen every certain period of time. So let's go for 200 milliseconds. You can decide. So you want a higher number the longer you want to record over, because the memory on the microbit will get full after a certain period of time. So I'm going to go every 200 milliseconds. I'm going to go into logic, and I'm going to have if true then, and then we'll go to logging. So logging from here. So if logging, I'm going to show an icon, and I'm going to log data, and I need, my first column is going to be temperature, and I'm going to find in input the temperature icon that fits. So this is going to record the temperature value each time. Then I'm going to add another column, and that's going to be light. And again, I go into input and I find light level this time. And finally, I'm going to go for sound, and in input, I find sound level, which is right at the bottom. So now I'm going to log temperature, light level and sound in separate columns every 200 milliseconds. Finally, I need something to display when the log is full, so I know if it's run out of space. So in data logger, on log full, I'm going to set logging to, and then make this false. Oops, it's going to have an error until I've put something inside it, but it'll be happy in a second. So false, and then I'm just going to have my LEDs and I'm going to make them all appear on the screen like that, so I know that it's full. And that is my code that I need for this project. Download it onto the microbit and then record some data. Okay, now hopefully you've coded your microbit and it's got the X showing it's ready to record your data. So I am going to press the tick, and then I'm going to change the light, temperature and sound. So you might want to record over a long period of time, but if I take this microbit and I speak very loudly near it, I could do some claps. They would be loud sounds. I could also cover it, and then that's going to do my different light. So cover it for a little minute. And then I could also, we've got light, temperature. Temperature is a hard one. You could rub your hands together and maybe put your hand on the processor, and that might get the temperature up. You could also put it safely near something hot, not on something hot, to increase the temperature, but the temperature might be the one that's not going to change. Then if I press button B, that completes the log, so stop logging, and we can plug this into a computer to look at our data. So to access your data on the computer, you need to plug in your microbit and then find it in My Computer in your files, and you'll see the word microbit somewhere, and you'll see probably 3 files within your microbit. Open the one that says My Data. Now, you might not be able to open it straight from your microbit, particularly on a school computer, so copy it into Documents and then you should be able to open it. I have it open here, and you can see we have temperature, light and sound, and we've got different values for each of these in time. If we press on Visual Preview, we can then get a graph. Now in my example, I've not really managed to change the light or the temperature very much, but we can clearly see the sound. Your one should hopefully have some more results. You can download this data and create more graphs with it in a program such as Excel. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in another video very soon.